Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. Today we are shining the DBL spotlight on forgiveness. Earlier I spoke with one man and the two sisters he was compelled to apologize to for being a childhood bully. This one's a good one. Take a look. It's not every day you hear from someone you haven't seen or spoken to in years. But 60 years later, with a heavy heart, one man reached out to apologize to two women he admittedly bullied back when they were in elementary school. They say opening an old wound can be painful, but in some cases, like this one, it can be the closure that you need. Bruce Smith and sisters Kathleen Riss and Lorraine O'Kelly joining us now. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Bruce, I want to ask you straight away, what made you want to find Lorraine and Kathleen and apologize after all these years later?
When I met my wife, she told me that she was the victim of some bullying when she was in high school. And I said, well, sit down and let me tell you my story. So I brought her up to date, and I said to her, in wrapping up my conversation with her, if I could find these girls, I'd apologize to them. She took it upon herself to find them, and the rest of it, of course, is history.
Lorraine, what did you think, I gotta be honest, when you first heard from Bruce, what was your first thought?
Well, I thought, gee, someone wants to apologize for what they did all these years ago. It's just amazing, and I thought, well, we're gonna have to meet him and see what he has to say, and I knew we were going to accept the apology because it's been so many years, and it's just a miracle that anyone would come forward like this.
Kathleen, how did you respond to Bruce's apology? Was there any anger, or were you ready to forgive right away?
Oh, it was immediate. No anger whatsoever. It was just immediate.
Bruce, looking back, what made you a bully back then, and what do you say to these current or former bullies?
Well, I think that really what they need to do is understand the damage they're doing. It's a feeling of empowerment, but the long-lasting effects are lifelong. And when you're young, you don't think like that. Really, they need to step back and just take a look at what they're doing.
Bruce, Kathleen, and Lorraine, what a wonderful story of forgiveness and of accepting responsibility. It's amazing. Thank you all so much for joining us. Such a lesson. Thank you.
It was a pleasure to talk with you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.
Wow, that takes a lot of courage.
60 years later, and again, his wife suggested saying, I was bullied, and it's hard for someone to take responsibility. 60 years later, find them, call them, and now they go to Panera and hang out. Which is just like so cute.
It's a great ad for Panera.
I know.
Come squash your beef here.
Yeah, right. Got a lot of story for Panera.